Hi everyone, welcome back to Genesis Data. I'm your host Bashes Sole, and in today's episode, we'll be diving into the conversation or an inspiring conversation I had with Percival Phakathi. Percival Phakathi is a senior data scientist and a true innovator in the field of data science. And in this interview, we'll be diving into his path or his journey and covering the challenges he faced or he overcame, and also looking at the key projects he was able to create that impact real world problems. But not only that, we'll also be looking at the impact of AI in the field of data science. So, without speaking too much, let's get started. Before we dive in and speak about many things, I just wanted for you to introduce yourself and how you got started in the field of data science.
Okay. Yeah, so it's a privilege actually to be invited to be part of your um, journey to data. It's such an honor, and I thank you so much with that, Spashe. So yeah, so how I started to become a data scientist. I think the journey goes back to 2014.
2014.
Basically, so I'm matriculated.
Yeah.
I'm matriculated 2012, right?
Yeah.
Now I'm exposing my age. So I'm matriculated 2012.
Yeah.
And then 2013, I went to UKZN to do electronic engineering, right?
Oh, okay.
And then I
Interesting.
hated it. Like, I didn't like what I was doing.
Really?
And then, yeah, and
Yeah.
I took a gap year. 2014, I took a gap year.
Mm.
And then during that gap year, that's when I then have to sit down with myself, trying to figure out who I am and what I want to do career wise. And I think that year I actually read a lot of books. You know, people say when you take a gap, you need to travel. For
Mm.
me, of course, I didn't budget to travel, but I just read books.
Yeah,
So I think it
definitely.
was a way of traveling as well with the
Mm.
mind. And when I was reading a lot of self-development books, one of the things that I've actually learned from those books was they're like when you like looking for yourself and trying to figure out what you want to do with your career, there are like four quadrants that people go through. The first quadrant is people who normally do what they love, and essentially do what they're good at, and they also like what they're doing, right? And that's the first quadrant, and that's the quadrant that I was aspiring to be in that space, to do something that I'm good at, that I like as well.
Mm.
Because other people, they do what they are good at, that they're not good at, but they like that thing. They like it, but they're not good at it, you
Yeah,
know.
definitely.
And it's such a that quadrant. It's a quadrant where you really aspire to become someone. You're not good at doing that thing, but you like it, so you have aspirations.
Mm.
And a third quadrant was when you are doing something that you don't like, and you're not good at that thing as well. So that's like the worst quadrant to
Yeah,
be,
that's the rest of
right? To
yeah.
doing
You,
something you
you don't
don't
want to
like
be
and
in
you're
that.
not good at it.
Yeah, you don't want to
Yeah,
be in that position.
exactly. And the quadrant I was exactly, and the quadrant that I was stuck on was doing some. The fourth quadrant was doing something that I'm good at it, but I don't like it.
Mm.
Right?
Yes,
I
man.
was good technically, right, based
Yes.
on my academic record,
Academics. Yeah.
my metric record. I'm supposed to be good at engineering, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't like it. So I had to sit down and figure out what is it that are things that I actually aspire to be on a second quadrille than the thing that I can put on my first quadrille. I sit down and do the exercise. And one of the things that came out to me was mathematics.
Mathematics.
So I was
Yeah.
like, what can I do with mathematics? And what I was good at mathematics and I like mathematics, so that sits on my first quadrille. And the exercise, and then I have to list the things that I can do with mathematics that will bring money, of course, right? Because you don't want to
Yeah.
be doing something you like and you're good at, but there's no
But there's
money
no money.
coming.
Yeah, you don't want to be in that situation.
You don't want to be in that situation. So, and I mean, doctor and engineering were the careers in that time that I was exposed into.
Yeah.
So I had to sit down the entire year doing research on what is it that I can actually do with mathematics besides teaching,
You
being
don't
a
like
doctor, or
teaching. Yeah.
right? I actually like teaching. I actually like teaching, but I thought they don't make a lot of money.
Oh, okay.
So that's
That's
also that
nice.
was part of the equation.
Yeah. Yeah, no, no, I
So
see where
you understand?
where you
You
at.
understand? I
Yeah,
had to like figure out something that would, you know.
yeah.
Um, so engineering was not, being a doctor's not, teaching was not, and then in my quest for research about what I can actually do with mathematics, and then I discovered that was um, 2012, 13, that was 2014. 2014, I discovered that there are careers that are coming in 5 years from then,
Mm.
and those careers was data science.
Oh,
And then outside SA, data science was a thing then. I was like, oh my goodness, something called data science. Started making my research on that, and then I realized that 10 years from then, which is happening now, AI is gonna come, right?
yeah, AI
And
is coming.
and people have, yeah, and people who have background in mathematics, they're gonna make a lot of money if you love mathematics and you have a good background in mathematics.
Mm.
And that's when I was like, okay, cool. So let me then go to University of Pretoria and do a degree in applied mathematics and statistics. And I
Yeah.
think it goes to like the fundamentals of data science. You need to know your maths, you need to know your stats, and those are like uh, fundamentals of any data science project you can do.
Mm.
So yeah, so that's how I then decided to do data science, but I did a degree in applied mathematics and stats so that I can just get those fundamentals.
Yeah, no. I saw as well on your profile that you have a really fantastic career. You also worked at or you developed a demand focusing model for Shoprite or Checker 6060. Can you tell us
Yeah.
a bit more about that project and
Mm.
also how it solved business problems there as well?
Yeah. I mean, when I joined Shoprite's group, right, they were still introducing Checker Sister 60, and Checker Sister 60, to people who don't know, Checker Sister 60 is an app that Checkers customers use
Mm.
to sort of do online grocery, and then they'll deliver to your desktop, right? So that's basically the concept. And then they will say they'll deliver to you in 60 minutes. So the
Yeah,
whole process will take in 60 minutes.
mm.
And and one of my questions that I asked when I joined them was like, I hear you, that's very ambitious, but how do you know you're gonna deliver to a person in 60 minutes?
Mm.
Right? Like what is the science behind that?
Yeah,
Because when they were
did you
saying
think
it was,
about it?
yeah, so what is the science behind that I'll deliver to you in 60 minutes? And that's when I started building what you call a geofence solution for them, where they know the model that will say, okay, cool, for store X in this location, this is the best uh, uh, delivery zone that they should
Okay.
deliver to, so that anyone within this zone, we know for sure with certain amount of certainty that we're able to deliver to in 60 minutes.
Minutes.
Yeah, 60 seconds. Is it 60 minutes? Yes,
60
60
seconds or
minutes.
60
And we're
minutes?
able to deliver to in 60 minutes,
Oh.
including. No. It's not 60 seconds, it's 60 minutes. So able to do it in 60 minutes,
Yeah.
and we able to deliver in 60 minutes, including preparation time and delivery time.
Yeah,
And that
definitely.
was such a groundbreaking a solution to create. And after that, then we started talking about, okay, great, now we're getting demand, right?
Mm.
Checker system is growing, it's getting demand. Now we need to able to meet our customer demand, right? And
Definitely.
so to able to meet your customer demand, you almost want to predict your demand to say, okay, great, for all the stores nationally, imagine having an algorithm or a model that will tell you how many customers that you should, how many expected customers that are going to come to your store online, of course, and order from you, and what time.
Yeah.
And then having that knowledge at your hand, you can then now start preparing to say, okay, cool, we're going to have so much drivers um, ready, you're going to have so much pickers. Pickers are the people who are running in the store picking it up for your package, and that's such a that was very important model to put in for Chica
Oh, really? It
6060.
was, yeah.
Yeah, because
Because,
now you
yeah.
mm,
No,
because now Yeah, because now the stores, they have almost God's vision, right?
Yeah.
Like God's eye, I may
Yeah.
say, right? They know in 14 days, because it was 14 days, in 14 days in advance, for every hour, this is how many people are going to be ordering from that.
Imagine. Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's
So
great.
now,
Yeah.
what can you do with that information, right?
Yeah.
If there's algorithm that works so much that the accuracy is so good that it can
Mm.
tell you that the next hour, 7 days from today, is how many people are going to be ordering from your store. Then
Yeah.
you have a good proper sort of capacity planning for your drivers, for your pickers, also for the stock as well. You need to have enough stock for your client as well to say, okay, cool.
Yeah.
We don't want to be running out of stock between clients, your online clients, and also your store clients, because there's still clients that want to come to the store and do groceries.
That's really big, man. That's a really big impact. I can just imagine. But I really want to hear from you, like how much impact it did on the company itself. Like yeah, what,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh my goodness.
yeah.
Um, yeah, I think Checkers, they even made so many articles about this
Yeah, like there are
because
so
of how.
many adverts. There are so many like
Yeah,
you see Checker 66 everywhere. Like you really,
yeah,
it's a big impact. Like
yeah,
I can
yeah,
imagine how much pride I should have in myself being able to say I'm a part of that. You know.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
definitely agree. I think also, I mean, the growth of Checker 66 is not necessarily just the data science part of the business, but there's also like
yeah.
I would say the business side of the
Yeah.
business, right? So it's a combination of that. So it's a combination
Yeah.
of using science to advantage, right? It's one of the missing component to most big businesses, right? They
Yeah.
always want to use business people to solve business solutions, but they can bring in data scientists, data analysts, data
Yeah.
engineers, and data what you call there's another data people or data management people
Yeah.
to
Business
actually
intelligence.
help, yeah, to help solve uh, business questions, because there's so many business questions that
Mm.
data could be able to solve. And then one thing that Checkers is doing so right is to bring these people together to say, okay, cool, we have a business problem that we're solving, but how can you then bring this intelligence? How can you bring this science? How can you bring this mathematics to actually help us solve these problems? And that's what they're doing, and they're doing it in um, a very cohesive way, and it's working for them. And yeah, it's such a pleasure to see it works.
Definitely. Definitely. Like there's a
Yeah.
saying that says data is the new oil. You know. So
What you asked?
I really love that saying. But you also worked with an app. I searched the app. It's called Sia Ringa app. You also worked on that app.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
Can
yeah,
you like tell us a bit about the problems you're solving there and the solutions and also the impact it had on the business or on that app?
yeah. I mean, Sarina app was probably still is for Shoprite Group. So it's the app that they use for internal communication uh, for all the employees, right? From all the way from the cashier to the head office. So they
Mm,
use that app for internal communication. All the branches, because Checkers, Shoprite Checkers Group has also branches outside of South Africa. So it's like
okay.
an African app. So, however, now you have a situation where you got influx of comments, right? There isn't a human being that can sit down and read comments
No. Yeah.
every day, right? And understand, okay, cool, this is what
I
people
understand.
you know what I mean? That's what
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
are complaining about. That's what this store are complaining about. They're complaining about this, but because they will complain about particular managers, the
Mm,
chair, the
there will be a lot of complaints, like even food or like different things. Like I can imagine how many comments there will be there. No one can read all
exactly.
of those things. Yeah.
Exactly. There was a team was reading those comments, but it became overwhelming, because now
Mm,
people are like, okay, cool, I can actually report my manager to someone,
mm.
with being anonymous. Or I can actually talk about my grievances to someone. I can
Yeah,
ask questions.
that's Yeah, that's
you
true.
know?
Because you can just do those things. You can expose your
Yeah,
pride. Yeah,
yeah. But internally,
yeah,
because you're trying to
internally.
build a company with your employees and you want to hear your employees' voice and you want to create that, hear that voice, but at the same time, so you want to create an opportunity for that voice, and then you want also to essentially hear that voice. And yeah, the sentiment tool was basically definitely solving a problem to hear those comments. So it'll read these comments and then it'll classify them. So, okay, cool. These are the trending topics. So people are talking about this. And these are the sentiment of those comments. So these are the positive comments that you're saying. These are negative comments that you're saying, or these are neutral comments that you're saying, right?
Mm,
So that they can be able to filter the negative comment and maybe focus on those comments. And also the tool was able to say, okay, cool, this comment is directed to HR, this comment is directed to management, this
yeah,
comment is directed to so and so, right?
sure.
So that you have a system that able to filter all of that. So that was just
Yeah,
like what you call in AI, right?
yeah,
Uh, or I hate using these terms AI, all of that, because these are all mathematics, right? These are like math equation that does these things. And and but basically that's a branch of natural language processing,
yeah,
right?
definitely.
AI,
That's true.
GPT, what you call natural language processing. It's basically basic mathematics, right? It's basic maths. And if you can talk about the equation that we're doing, it's like, oh my goodness, it's
Yeah,
like y is
it's
equal
just
to
a linear
x plus
regression. Maybe it's just linear regression, and then that's it.
exactly, right? But yeah, that's the best kept secret.
Yeah. No, but
Don't tell it.
yeah, I'm really, really happy to hear that about the app. It really, you know, um, yeah, I really admire that. Like how much impact it has, like data science, when it comes to businesses, when it comes to the world that we are living in. Especially when it comes to AI as well, which is something I want to also ask in this interview. Is that what do you feel about AI? Because many people are speaking about AI. AI will end
Yeah,
our careers. AI will. Yeah, will be the death of humanity or something like that. But how
yeah.
do you feel about AI, especially in the field of data science?
I'm actually happy because then now I use AI every time, right?
Yeah,
Um, and I use it to. So remember, the data science problems are a niche, right? And I remember that I said that for you to understand, to able to do data science, you need to understand the fundamentals, and the fundamentals it's mathematics and stats,
yes.
right? So 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 AI doesn't really understand mathematics that much yet, right?
Mm,
So and statistics helps to make sense of mathematics or able to interpret your mathematics, have the
mm,
language to interpret mathematics. That's
okay.
statistics. Um, Mostly AI, I use it for coding purposes, but but essentially, coding is such a very it's a hard exercise. You know what I mean? Why I'm saying it's a hard exercise because the coding languages changes every now and then,
And it speaks
right?
a lot. So I think
Yes, and it's a lot
yeah,
as well. But it makes sense, right? Because you want to write these problems in a very efficient way, and people are only trying to figure out what is the efficient way of doing that.
mm,
So so in my case, I would say I'm happy with AI. I'm not threatened by AI. In fact, I embrace AI because now it has sit down and say, okay, cool. If you were to see my notes, right, it's always mathematics equation all the
okay,
time. Like the
yeah,
problem I'm solving with my current company, we sit down, we go through the math equation, we go through theories, we go through theorems that I've studied in university, others I'm studying by myself right now, and I look at them, I read papers,
mm,
and I do all of that research and I'm like, oh, cool, this is the problem, this is what I'm doing, this is how we're manipulating these math equations, and this is how we're interpreting it using statistics. And then I'm like, great, let me code this. Code, bring AI helps, okay, let's make it work, right?
definitely.
And it's also make your researching skills even way faster, right? Something that will take a week to research could take a day to research.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So I can write in my CV that I have research skills because I use AI a lot.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, if you can.
Yes, that's the first part of the interview. Part 2 will be uploaded soon. So to stay updated, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I'll see you on the next one.